Welcome to Wine and Dine Radio. I'm Lynn Creelo-Chamberlain.
Hi there, this is Andreas Larsson.
Hi, this is John Capon.
My name is Madhur Jaffrey.
Hi, my name is Heike Platter. I'm from the Alto Adige region, or Südtirol.
Hi, my name is Paul Dolan. I am absolutely passionate about growing organic and biodynamic fruit for our wines.
Hello, my name is Lorena Garcia.
Hello, my name is Fritz Maytag.
This is Joyce Locke. I'm the author of Foodie Fight.
Hi, this is Lydia Mandave, founder of 29 Cosmetics.
Cheers, this is Rob Barnett, CEO and founder of VinVillage.com, where wine lovers connect.
Well, today on Wine and Dine, we're continuing our discussion about wine, social media, and e-marketing. And thanks to a conversation we had a couple of weeks ago with Smoke Wallen, we are introduced today to Steve Gilberg. And let me read a little bit about him. He has been in the wine and spirits industry for over 15 years and develops web-based applications for retailers and brands. His extensive experience with e-marketing, social media, and Twitter led him to launch WineTwits, a Twitter-powered community for consumers, distributors, wineries, and experts to connect around the world. WineTwits is the property of DrinkTwits, which Steve Gilberg founded, and he's joining us from New Jersey, which is so cool. And how close are you to the Atlantic Ocean in New Jersey?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me, Lynn. And the Atlantic Ocean, I'm probably, depending upon which beach I want to go to, anywhere from 30 minutes to typically an hour without traffic.
Okay.
Looking forward to that tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay. I've never been to New Jersey, but I would. New Jersey, what is the saying for New Jersey? The flower state or something?
The Garden State.
The Garden State. Okay. So in the spring and summer has to be very, very colorful, I would assume.
Absolutely.
And there are a lot of wine consumers in New Jersey.
There are a lot of wine consumers in New Jersey, and there's about 20 wineries in New Jersey as well.
Oh my gosh, you have to connect me to a winery in New Jersey. I've never interviewed a winemaker in New Jersey.
I will absolutely help to set that up for you.
Okay, so talk to us about this Twitter-powered community and how people are talking about wine, drinking wine, and then all this conversation together. Do people have to go to WineTwits or DrinkTwits and then download an application for WineTwits? How does it work? I'm stupid about this, so teach me.
Sure. So there's absolutely no download required.
Okay.
The system itself is powered on Twitter so that it's optimized if you're using Twitter. But you actually, if you didn't use Twitter, you could still use WineTwits platform. It's just that the content, the tweets, the information you're putting in the system wouldn't show up to the greater Twitter world if you didn't have a Twitter account and you didn't sync that account up with WineTwits.
Okay.
So you don't need to download anything. You don't even need to be on Twitter. But certainly 99% of the people that use our system, 99.9%, do have a Twitter account or are willing to create one to optimize their experience with WineTwits.
Okay, so I have a Twitter account. What do I do? Go to WineTwits and follow? Is that yeah?
So the first thing we'd suggest anybody who wants to discuss wine on Twitter do is go to WineTwits.com and register their account. So really all they'll need to do is create a Twitter account first, and then go to WineTwits and sync the two of them up. Now, if they don't have a Twitter account, again, they can just go to WineTwits, but the experience wouldn't be optimized. So we recommend going to Twitter.com, creating an account. Everybody should have Twitter anyway at this point, right?
Yeah.
So creating an account and then going to WineTwits.com, registering, and syncing up your newly created Twitter account or existing Twitter account with the WineTwits system. And what that'll then allow you to do is be part of the larger community, which right now we have over 75,000 followers on Twitter. So our community is growing since it was started in 2008.
So what I do every week is when I am posting a new interview, then I go to Twitter and I tweet a new interview with a hyperlink to the audio file, and now I'm on YouTube also. And so if I'm synced, if I'm registered with WineTwits, it would go to your community as well?
Yes, we would aggregate that content and make that content searchable. We'd archive it. So depending upon what was in that content, we might make it easier for you to follow the conversation on wine. So if you wanted to see who's tweeted recently on Merlot or Chardonnay or even Wente, Franciscan, Han, or Garnet wineries, the wineries that just participated in our virtual tasting event that we hosted in Napa, California, as part of the Wine Industry Technology Symposium. They'd be able to find that information through the wine talk section of WineTwits.
Through the wine talk. Okay, I'm making a note here. Okay, through the wine talk. Okay, section. Okay, now let me ask you, and I did not do my homework on this, so I'm going at this blind. So if I hope I don't irritate you with this question here. So I would imagine that wineries are hiring you, or do they hire you to organize virtual tastings to promote their brand or a special event, or are organizations like Tapas Group? They just did an International Albarino Day, and they were promoting it with International Albarino hashtag. I mean, are people hiring you to do that sort of thing or set up that sort of thing?
Absolutely. So that's exactly what we do, and we produce these events that get tremendous interaction and results from what we call the virtual tasting net.
Yeah,
we created
that is the future.
Yeah, well, so we've created the virtual tasting network, and I mentioned we have 75,000 followers on Twitter. We have 4,500 and growing vetted social influencers whom we can go to for any given event to host virtual tasting events. So, we can provide a platform for a brand who's hosting a virtual event where they can use our platform, which will allow them to show tweets in an enhanced manner, where they could have screens in a festival, out in Napa. We had screens up where people who were actually in the room, and we can get into how the virtual tasting worked, but where people were in the room were watching tweets on a large screen with advertisements from the brand, and they were immersed in a user experience that works really well from a festival or even an at-home party. So brands hire us to produce tasting events for them. Okay. And that's where we launched our first tasting event was done at City Winery in New York City. Our first virtual tasting, and there was 35 brands represented in 100 different bottles, that were being poured and tasted. And we set up and this is how our system was built out relative to the virtual tastings. We created an experience that makes it very easy for the user who's at an event, particularly, whether it's with one product being poured, a single exclusive event, or more likely, 3 or 4 items, or where there's 100 items and you're at a festival. We make it easy for the user who wants to participate in a virtual tasting event around a specific hashtag. We make it easy for the user to go in, tweet about specific wines, tweet about the event without having to retype that hashtag out over and over. Okay. We let people comment on these wines. We index those conversations so that if Lynn's about to tweet on Garnet's Pinot that she's tasting at Wits 2001, a lot of that process we can make easier to tweet about by creating a better, sort of more user-friendly experience geared towards wine tastings. Allow you to rate wines 1 star to 5 stars.
Wow.
And then take that data and use it. And then also you as the user can go back and look at the information, and see what you had to say about each of these wines, if you will. So that's where the platform, has come from that event in early 2009 at City Winery.
What is your college degree in? Are you IT or computers or something?
No, I graduated university in the mid-'90s, and after a trip around the United States, funny enough, my business partner of mine, first business partner, we got out to San Francisco on a 12,000-mile road trip in my Jeep Wrangler, and we saw the internet popping up. We saw billboards for Yahoo and AOL and really the internet. And we decided we'd go to London, start an internet company. We sold that in 1996, and came back home. And I got involved in the beverage alcohol industry, and I've been involved in building retail wine and spirit sites, really immersed in the online world for wine and spirits. And
you never look back.
Exactly.
Steve Gilbert, founder of WineTwits and DrinkTwits, thank you so very much for joining us today.
Thanks very much, and join us for our next virtual tasting, Lynn.